yeah, if I should say one big change being on Tinder in your 30s and compared to in your 20s, like, yeah, the serious part about it. People are way more serious about it than 5 years ago. That's the experience I've got. But at the same time, yeah, they're serious about getting into a relationship, but they're not serious about the use of the app, like putting effort to your pictures and yeah. So it's a weird situation because you can feel that these women also want to find a man, obviously, and that's understandable, but they don't put that much into their profiles.
I will say the one thing you will notice is the one thing that's significantly different. If you look at like the girls who are like 22, 23, 24, and like the women who are like 31, 32, 33, like the descriptions have gotten longer. Like the effort in the descriptions is significantly changed. Like that's where you will see like, oh, you know, on this I work with this, I have this many kids, I like this and that, and like I'm looking for this and that and that. Like whereas like the ones who are like 22 is like, hit me up on Snapchat, some bullshit. It's like zero effort. But you could also tell. But the thing that's interesting is that exactly. Like, but with photos, like I don't really seem like the quality doesn't really. It's still kind of half-assed. And I suspect it's also the same with dudes. Like people just in general. The thing I have concluded is that people just generally have shitty fucking photos and need to do better with it because you can do better. Like especially given how many people have shitty photos. Like just for having good photos, like the difference it will make for you will probably be significant. So just something to consider.
Yeah, but that's also the problem, right? Because if you treat the dating app Tinder as just fun, just to waste some time or whatever, as many people see it, then that's the product you got out of it. Like then you also get on a date with that back in your mind. They're like, this is not serious. Let's see what happens. People are not open for the idea of getting to know people through Tinder. Yeah, sure, a lot of people meet through Tinder, but I think the whole dating process could be way better if you can filter out serious people through unserious people. You know what I mean? Like if everyone
I think a lot of people would benefit both ways.
Yeah.
Because then the ones who are just looking to be like insincere, like they can filter and meet each other, and then the ones who are actually looking for serious. But of course the big But the big problem is, of course, that is the big asymmetry that really fucks shit up on Tinder, because like people are of course constantly on both sides looking for like the ones who are not serious are just looking for the ones who are just insincere, but the ones who are serious are really looking for like, okay, what are the signs that this person is serious? One of the things that can signal that you're serious is that you have, you know, good quality photos, that where you can see that like you look like someone who has a job and you look like you take showers regularly and so on. But like so again, like just even the photos, just even getting better photos can really improve your situation on both ends. But it's definitely true.
I also think that it's a jungle to navigate through in the Tinder world, because a lot of guys want to have sex.
Let's keep it real.
A lot of girls want to get into a relationship, and then there's maybe the middle where women also use Tinder as validation 100%. Like, there was a match, and I have so many DMs. Like she doesn't brag about it, but in her mind it's validation for her, for sure.
I actually have a name for it. I call it the prestige match. It's the weird thing is it's just one of those, like, for some reason, like, there's no way that you would actually, like, go on a date with a person because maybe they live, like, you know, 100 kilometers away. But, like, it still looks kind of cool to have them in your matches because they kind of might be good looking. So, and I suspect that women also once in a while probably do the same thing, but I call it, like, the prestige match. Like, you just match just to give that feeling of validation in your mind that, I could match with this hot girl, and then just have her on display on the thing. But I call it the prestige match.
And here's the thing also on Tinder, you don't have access to all the girls as a guy because of the algorithm. So if you're too needy, the algorithm will punish you and don't show you all the hot girls. You need to also swipe the other way. You actually, I don't know if this is true, so this is purely a theory, but I've heard that if you're actually swiping left, then the algorithm favorites you and gives you more of the hot girls.
I can say from experience that it's absolutely true. That I don't know if the reward system, like the thing that it rewards you for swiping left a lot, but I know for an absolute fact, and I've seen this and I've read enough about this, like it absolutely does punish people who over swipe right. I think it's because there is some sort of inbuilt mechanism that just looks for bots And the bot accounts are usually the kinds that will just like blindly swipe. So those are, of course, the ones that no one wants to match with. Okay, in other words, if you act like a bot, it will punish you like you're a bot. So like, don't just swipe blindly. Like, and also here's an important one. Like, actually take your time to look at the profiles. That's another, because it also, my suspicion is that it also registers, or somehow it detects the amount of time you actually spend looking at the profile, because that's also an indicator that you're not a bot and actually a real person who looks through, okay, what's the information? What is this person like? Is this someone who actually seems attractive? So again, like, first of all, like, swipe left on a good amount. Like, I would say at least like swipe left on like 30% of the total swipes you do. Then the other one I would say is that actually spend more time on each individual profile. Like, just slowly, it's not a race, just look through the photos, look at her music or her attached Instagram and read her profile. Okay, do you like, do you not like? And then the third thing, just for fun, when you get a like from someone, don't automatically swipe right just because they liked you, just because you suspect it's one that liked you. Because, and here's a little trick. No matter what as of this moment here, no matter what the distance is, when you get a like, just change the distance to whatever you want, and then the second photo is always that person. Always, like 99% of the time. Like, no matter, just change. No, it's true, and try it. Like, when it says you've got a new like, just change the distance to anything in it, like, just so it reshuffles, and then the second profile that pops up, and it's always never the first one, and always the second one.